Albert, and welcome to another episode of Tube Talk.
Yes, an exciting spring episode of Tube Talk.
Very exciting. We've got 9 horses to talk about.
We have, and we've had some fantastic feedback from people who are rapt to have you back on and have Melissa Barnett not on.
Thank you very much. Should we get cracking?
Yep, let's get into it. 9
Okay.
horses, so
9 horses.
a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So last Wednesday at Whangarei we had What's the Story, who won on debut.
Yeah, really good horse. When he won on debut, it was actually the first time he's ever been in front of a horse. We'd trialled him 3 times and he was always running on. And he is related to a horse who ran third in the Adelaide Cup, and it's a staying family, so we actually thought the 1200 might be a touch too short for him. We knew his ability to take him close, but we just had a little doubt, but in the end his class just shone through and he killed them. He won by 3 lengths in a very fast time, and he looks a really exciting horse. He's a horse that we think will be a serious Derby horse, and that will be his long-term aim. So it was an exciting way to end September with a really good winner.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we also had Poetic Affair, who came 3rd.
Yeah, excellent run from Poetic Affair. We knew she needed a first up run, and it was actually a lot better than it looked. She ran a very good sectional from the 800 to the 200. With a better draw on Wednesday, she actually hit the front, looked like she was going to win. Just got run over the last 50 for 3rd, had a massive blow, and she still looks soft, so she's still got a lot of improvement. But she's a filly that will improve again when she steps up over further. We think she's an Oaks filly, 2400 metre filly. So I think next start, if she gets a good draw over a mile, I think she'll be hard to beat.
Nice.
So it was a good run.
Yeah.
And $5.10 a place was good money too.
It is. And then we also had Sharpel, who actually did really, really well and came 8th.
Look, I think it was a superb run, actually. We
Yeah.
drew 12 of 12 and we had to go back. They walked in the middle of the race and sprinted home, so it was really hard to make any ground. But she actually made up good ground and she closed up on the leaders, ran a very good last sectional, just got tired the last bit, and I think if she'd drawn a barrier, she would have run the first 3. And I think she's a bit of a black booker, actually. I think if she gets a good draw next start, on a good track, she's not a wet track horse, I think she'll be, I think she'll run in the money. I think it was a superb fresh up run from her, and I think a lot of people will miss that.
Yeah.
So 3 really good runs.
Yeah, and I think she did really amazing because we were watching the race and she started out last, and then she made it to midfield and they were coming around the turn. It looked really good.
And as you said, we were talking before we went to air, sometimes a horse can run 8th and it's actually better than a horse running 2nd. The run is better, but you've got to look into the race to see that.
Yeah.
I think Sharpel's was one of those runs.
Yeah, she made up some really fantastic ground.
Yeah. I do also think she is still a little bit immature. I think she'll be even better in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
But I think she's got
It's like the older runner.
a lot of potential.
Yeah, of course. And then this Saturday we have 6
Big
runners.
Saturday!
6 runners, possibly a new Go Racing record. We have 3 in Canterbury and 3 in Hawke's Bay, but we'll start off with Hawke's Bay.
The premier meeting, the big meeting at Hawke's Bay, the big day of the year.
Yeah. At the Gold Trail Stakes, we have No More Tears running.
Yeah, so Gibbo, who is in the ownership, has got 25 mates playing golf in Hawke's Bay on the weekends, so he'll be there, so the pressure will be on.
Yeah.
No More Tears is one of those special horses that we don't know how good she is. She's had 1 start in a listed race for a win where she broke the track record. She's come back in this time, she's had a few little feet issues which were over, but she's behind in fitness, so every other horse going to the race has raced or trialled, she's had none of that. So she's got the most improvement probably of any horse in the race. So that makes it difficult for her to win, but on ability you can't discount her because she could be anything. Yeah. So she's drawn barrier 4. Michael Coleman is on, who rode her in her first up win. And she should get a nice run, I think, sort of midfieldish, and I think she'll run a really cheeky race. But whatever she does, she'll improve a lot. Put it this way, if they can't beat her on Saturday, they'll struggle to beat her the rest of the season.
Yeah. On Saturday at Hawke's Bay, we also have in the Lindenwood Park Sprint, Mighty Solomon.
Good pronunciation. Yes, Mighty Solomon. Again, he's a horse, a very talented horse, but again, he is fresh up over 1400. Yeah. With cancelled race days and not getting starts in the McPhee, he's behind the other horses. Yeah. So he will improve his stack for this run. But again, he's drawn well. He's got a good barrier. He should be able to sit handy, and his class should take him a long way. It will be hard for him to win first up, but he's got the ability to be right there.
Yeah, awesome. And then on Saturday we also have, okay, let me try to say this. At the rating 75 1400, Seize the Moment.
Seize the Moment. Seize the Moment went a massive race fresh up for third at Taupo after getting a lot of interference. He always goes better second up than first up. His coat looks good. His work's been outstanding. The one problem we've got is he's drawn barrier 16, which makes it tough. Excuse me. So we're going to have to... He's going to need a little bit of luck, but if he does get luck, he's a genuine winning chance. His work has been outstanding this week. So the 16 is the issue. The barrier 16 is the issue. And for all these horses, if there is any rain and there's a little bit forecast, it won't bother any of them. They'll probably all be quite happy. Probably on a dead 5 they'll be wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go into the Canterbury horses.
Yes, quite an exciting day at Canterbury. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to these ones.
Yeah. Okay, let's start off with She's Graceful in the 2-year-old race.
Yeah, so our first 2-year-old runner for the season, and she was actually our last horse bought in New Zealand this year, so she's a pure Encanto filly. She's had one trial where she ran 5th of 5, but she drew the outside barrier over 600. She was sort of a little bit lost out there. She wasn't with the other horses, and she didn't really learn a lot from it, which certainly been very happy with her going into that trial. On Saturday, she's drawn barrier 2 of 7, so I'd like her to begin well and be able to follow the rail. It's always a little bit of a lottery with 2-year-olds, their first start. You don't quite know what they're going to do, where they're going to head. They could run in, out, they could be all over the place. But look, we like her, and we think she'll run a nice race.
Nice.
The big thing is, if she could win this race, it qualifies her for the Crack a Million. So it'd be great to win. But, as I say, it's a little bit of a lottery, but we do like the filly.
Yeah, be amazing to win. Get into the Crack a Million.
Oh, yeah, be
Yeah.
great.
And then we also have a maiden 1400 with What a Star running.
Yeah, interesting. So What a Star ran last, first up over 1400 metres. We rode her quietly, and she just lost complete interest, and she tailed off. Since then, we put some blinkers on her, and we took her to the trials, and she won. And it seems to have woken her up, and her track work's been better since. So we're really, really happy with this horse going into Saturday. We think she's turned a corner. The race on Saturday will tell us, and I think we'll be positive on her from the barrier and try and ride her handy. The little issue I've got is back to Riccarton. She didn't have a good race at Riccarton last time, and I would have preferred to be racing at a different track first, but we haven't got that option. So that's my little thing. I think if her mind's in the right place, she'll run a boomer.
Yeah, we do have to take what we can get with the races.
Yeah, we do. We've got to run where the races are.
Yeah.
So I think if her mind's on the job, she'll run a boomer, and if it's not, she won't. I think with her, it's not ability. We know she's got it. It's all mental and how mature she is.
Yeah.
She'll get there. It's whether she's there yet or not.
Yeah.
I suspect she might be, but we'll see.
That's good. And then our final horse at Canterbury is at the Open 2000, and it is Saddler's Rock.
Yeah, he's a really, really happy horse at the moment. Man, he's a happy horse. He's gone 2 very good races over distances too short. He's run 5th over 1400, 3rd over a mile, and he runs on Saturday over 2,000 metres, which is right up his alley. David Walsh is stuck with him. He's got a good low weight and an open handicap. So, and as long as he is a good track horse, and the track, I hope without any rain, will be a good to dead track. If it gets out to a dead 6 or worse, it really counts against him. But if it's anywhere up to about a dead 5, it'll play into his hands, and I think he can run a really good race. Again, the question mark with him is he's never gone any good at Riccarton.
Yeah.
And so he hasn't had a lot of racing there, but his races there haven't been great. So he needs to perform on that surface. But we're very happy with him.
Yeah, and that was very good powering through, because I think that's all the horses.
That's a lot. Wow. Well, we haven't talked about sort of any other outside things this week, have we?
No, we haven't.
I should give my tip for the Livermore Classic, the big Group 1. I think Soriano, is very hard to beat. She's a proven 2,000 metre weight for age horse, and that's where my money would go at the moment.
Yeah.
And then next week, again, Ruakaka, a lot of trials, some babies going there. So I'll be up at Ruakaka on Tuesday. And then the following week we've got a whole bunch more. So spring's really kicking off. Yeah, it's exciting time. Exciting times.
Yeah, and then something we found out while we were sorting Tauranga is Zabeel.
Oh, Zabeel died,
Yeah.
that was really sad. And No Excuse Needed at Waikato Start also passed away. So that was sad. But Zabeel was 29.
Yeah.
So he'd had a great run and he'd had a very, very good life.
Yeah.
I mean, Tabil's life, most of us would like to have had Tabil's life. You know,
He's a great horse.
He was a great horse.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is very, very sad, but it's, you know, hey, it's nice he died at 29 and not 9.
Yeah.
You know.
And do we have any horses that like he was the dad of?
Yeah, we do. We've got one horse called Sexabil who trialled on Tuesday.
Nice.
And he'll trial at Waipa in 2 weeks' time, and then he'll race.
Nice.
And he's a horse that since we've gelded him, he's really started to thrive.
Nice.
So yeah, it'd be nice if it'd be nice to see him come out and win early in this campaign.
Yeah.
And he's a horse I think will get better as we
Nice.
step up over ground.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
All right, so well, you enjoying the school holidays?
Thank you. I hope you enjoy going down to Napier.
I will. I'm going down to Napier tonight and back on Sunday. I'll go and
Nice.
stay with my dad, which will be fun. Your
Nice.
Opa.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week.
Awesome. See you next time.
See ya.